Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another Indo-Indians Newsmakers event, a series of online interviews with newsmakers in Indonesia. In-depth, insightful, and candid conversations with people from all walks of life, ideas, stories, inspiration, and a lot of motivation to connect and to share. So today we are very delighted to have with us Sabrina Mustopo, who is the founder and CEO of Krakakoa, a farmer to bar chocolate company making life-changing chocolate. Sabrina founded Krakakoa in 2013 with a mission to empower smallholder cacao farmers in Indonesia while ensuring environmental sustainability and value creation through downstream processing in the country. Hi Sabrina, welcome.
Hi, Poonam. Thanks for having me.
It's so nice to have you and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. This is a fun interview. It's only 10 questions and it's all live and there are no retakes. So, Sabrina, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sabrina Mustopa, and as introduced, I am the CEO and founder of a life-changing chocolate company called Krakakoa. I'm also a daughter. I'm Indonesian, grew up in Singapore, and yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Why do you call it life-changing chocolate?
Well, I think it's a play on the words life-changing in the sense that if you eat it, we hope that for you, it's like, oh my God, this chocolate is so good, it's life-changing. But I think that's a tongue-in-cheek version of it. But then really the work that we do with the farmers, right? So the chocolates that we produce change their lives as well through the way that we source it and through the engagement that we have with our partner farmers.
Right. So, what is the coolest project you've been involved with?
If we say just like a single project, I think establishing and starting Krakakoa as a whole, but it's been a very long project. It's been about 8 years. But a short stint project, I think, would be when I was working on trying to stop illegal deforestation in Papua New Guinea. Back, I think that was in 2012. Yeah.
Wow. That sounds super dangerous as well to stop something illegal from happening.
I wasn't tying myself up to any trees, fortunately. It was more on the policy side of things, trying to figure out how do we, clean up the license issuing process because there was a lot of loopholes there.
Right. So, Sabrina, what do you see as the biggest challenges in the industry today?
I think in terms of the cocoa industry and maybe even agriculture as a whole, or smallholder farming, climate change is such a big issue today. It is causing a lot of uncertainty for farmers, such that if you're used to the dry season being a certain time of the year and the wet season being a certain time of the year, I think that makes your production a lot more predictable. But it's so hard to do that nowadays, right? Climate change is causing a lot more instances of diseases, a lot more instances of yeah, just poor harvest in general. So that, unfortunately, the most vulnerable population to climate change, I think, is the smallholder farmers, and that's a huge challenge and a huge problem that we're facing right now.
So, with all these problems, where do you see your industry in 3 years?
That's a good question. I think there's an increasing amount of challenges, but we also see that a lot of the players are stepping up to do something about it. 3 years is a short period of time in terms of agriculture, right? And it's only three annual cycles. I don't think a lot will change over 3 years, but I believe that over a longer period of time, hopefully technology becomes a larger part of how we predict. What weather patterns are going to be like and how we provide assurances and safeguards to smallholder farmers.
Right. So, Sabrina, this is your opportunity for shameless promotion to the Indo-Indians community. Tell us about your project, idea, or your product for 2 minutes and where people can find out more about you and your products.
Sure. So I think chocolate is a wonderful product, right? We eat it, it's synonymous with childhood memories, but it can do a lot more than just make ourselves feel good, and it can do a lot more than just be a small bit of pleasure that we consume for ourselves. It can actually have impact on other people as well. And does that not make your chocolate taste a lot sweeter? So at Coca-Cola, we truly believe that the consumers have a lot of power and businesses can really create change on the ground. And we do that because we provide training to the farmers, we provide them with free equipment, and we pay up to 3 times the market price for the cocoa beans, and we pay a stable price. So we don't follow commodity price fluctuations. So that provides a lot of assurance and price safety and income security to the smallholder farmers. So if you care about all these different topics, if you care about the well-being of smallholder farmers, if you care about making an impact through your purchases, we hope that you'll support Krakakoa. We are available in a lot of the supermarkets that you probably go to, such as Kimchick's, Food Hall, Ranch Market, Grand Lucky. We're available online as well in all the different marketplaces, Tokopedia, Shopee, and so on. So we hope that we are as accessible as we can be for you, and we hope that you get a chance to try our chocolates.
Thank you, Sabrina. So, taking on from there, what's the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice I've ever received. So this was not advice to me personally, but it was actually something that I read a quote that is more important to know how to manage your energy as opposed to your time. And I think in a hyper busy world and with, a lot of people trying to do a lot of things at the same time, that really hit home with me. That sometimes something that you do that may not take a lot of time but takes a lot of your energy can drain you for the rest of the day, right? Such that you're not productive the rest of the day, or you just feel like, oh, I just need a timeout after that. So to me, it's so much more important to be able to manage that. And the inverse is true. Like, let's say you're working on something that you're super excited about. You can work for like 12 hours nonstop and you still feel very energetic after that. So recognizing what drains your energy, recognizing what gives you energy, not just what, but who gives you energy and drains your energy as well. I think it's very important, and to manage that and to really safeguard and protect your energy. I think that's really important.
I think that's great. I'm going to take that as well, and I'm going to put it in my bits of advice to pay attention to. Thank you so much for sharing, Sabrina. So, Sabrina, what are you currently reading, or what is there a book that you would like to recommend to us?
Yeah, I just finished reading Make Your Bed by, oh geez, William McRaven. I believe he was a Navy SEAL. That was a very short book, and I think it's, your 12-year-old can read it. That to me, I think it set some very basic principles of how to live your life in a courageous way and to make brave decisions. But for me, the book that kind of changed my life was Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. And that's the one that I recommend to anybody that I think I like these fundamental books, that are universal truths for almost anybody and can be applicable to anybody. So those are my favorite type of books.
So, Sabrina, what's the best shortcut or life hack, how matter how small, that you would like to share with us?
Um, Life hack. I think this is okay. I'm going to give you, I think, one that is very practical, another one that's more philosophical. So very practical one. It's that if it's important, kind of like schedule it in, right? So anything that if we say, hey, exercise is important for me, and I like to do it 3 times a week, for 1 hour, put it in your calendar. If let's say it's dinner with my family, that's important for me once a week, put it in your calendar. That way you kind of don't have excuses, right? And if your team is used to also checking in your calendar to make sure that you're available for something, then they know that you've got time locked away for something else. And it's prioritizing the important but not urgent stuff in your life and putting that in. And I think the more philosophical one, it's kind of relates to the energy source as well. And I like the quote that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I really believe in that in terms of, we like to think that we're independent beings and we can kind of do it all. But and I think this a slightly twisted narrative behind, this ideal of like a person who can do it all on their own. But I don't think that's true, right? We're all social beings and we need our community and we need our support system. So sometimes it really does help you in the long run to build that community and to build that support system so that you can do the work that you need to do for a long period of time.
Right. So we all need to go really far together.
Yes, exactly.
So Sabrina, what is your favorite app or gadget, something that you cannot live without?
It's so bad. It's probably WhatsApp.
Okay.
I use
And
it for
last
work.
question for you, Sabrina. Fill in the blanks. I'd love to see dash.
I love to see more definition of success over time, right? Or different definitions of success, and not the conventional, hey, make a lot of money, have a great career, whatever it is. But then that people are allowed to define for themselves what a good life is, and and be proud of those as well, and have different types of role models to say like, okay, for one person maybe their definition of success is providing the best that they can for their family, or another person is to be a great artist, or another person is something else. I hope we see more and more of that.
Thank you so much, Sabrina, for sharing these insights and little bits of wisdom with us. And it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for your time.
Like, thank you.
Thank you.